Welcome to a short introduction to the Metayota editor. The Metayota editor is free and can be used with the free or paid web space on Metayota, or it can also be used with any other web space. The blue Metayota button on the top left has many basic functions and contains the link to the server's overview. There it is possible to create your first free web space with 1 GB of storage, or buy one of our paid web hosting plans. In the task area, it is possible to hire workers to update your website with new features or fixing bugs. If you want to earn money, register for free and use your programming, designing, text writing, or any other skills. The account page lets you set your basic account information like your email and password. You see how much coins you have in your account. Here it is also possible to change the background picture. If you want to earn money by fulfilling tasks, please make sure you checked all your skills on the skills page. If done so, you will receive regular emails with tasks that suit your skills. Please also take a look at our documentation. The Metayota editor and all the features are fully documented and described there. All the functions of the Metayota HTML engine and the Metayota PHP engine are fully documented. If you want to buy one of our paid hosting plans, you need to add coins to your account. With these coins you can also hire workers, so you are faster in completing your web application. 1 coin equals to $1. Make sure you enable the helper mode. This will show you valuable hints in the user interface. The resource menu allows you to create new resources. Resources are anything you need to create websites or web apps, like PHP web services, custom HTML tags, database tables, etc. With this menu you can also create projects or search your entire web space. Let's create a project and name it just website. We enter a short description and click OK. Projects help you to group your resources. The resource search contains all the resources like PHP scripts, HTML tags, pages, database tables. It is the search bar to open resources to view, configure, or edit them. Here we just open the resource named Form button. We click the Configure button and see a form with all the parameters the button has. It has a label and an on-click event. It can also be enabled or disabled. In the View menu we click on Parameters. Here the parameters could be changed, or new parameters could be added. A parameter has a title, a name, and a type. It could be a text, a number, a drop-down menu, a date, or anything else. In the Info view, we get a great overview with all the information available on a component, like the title, the documentation, the version, vendor, the code, and parameters. In the Configuration view, you can change the basic attributes of a component, like the title, the name, the version, or write a short documentation about the selected component. It is also possible to set default values for the selected component. The editor lets you change the code and write HTML, CSS, PHP, or other code. It has many features like code completion, auto-formatting, and much more. In the Dependencies view, you can add all the needed resources. Click on View to see the selected component. The Design section helps you to create user interfaces without HTML knowledge. All the components can be clicked together in a visual user interface. Use the Task feature if you want to outsource programming, or design, or any other type of work. For just $1 you can let other people work for you to create your website. There is also a to-do list. Each resource has its own to-do list. Never forget a feature again. With the Access Control view, you can define which user groups can access the resource. Protect your tags, or web services, and protect your data from unwanted access. We now navigate to the homepage of our website in the resource search bar. This is an example page already pre-installed on your web space. There we add a new dependency. If we want to use the Form button component, we need to add it to the dependencies. In the editor, we can now use this Form button tag, which is also pre-installed on our web space. We can give an appropriate label to it. The label is one of the 3 parameters of the button, which is defined in the Parameters view. It has the type string or text. Now we click on the Preview button to see our home site with the new button added. The home site is also a tag, and it is possible to add a JavaScript to add interactive functionality to the HTML code. We now want to add an event that occurs when the button is clicked. For this we need to create a new tab. A tab is a file that is saved in the database. We add a new tab of the type JavaScript. We create a JavaScript class, which extends from the class tag, and there we define a new function that will be called when the button is clicked. In the HTML code, we need to set the parameter click. There we call the function goToCars. Now every time the button is clicked, the JavaScript function is executed. Back in the JavaScript tab, we will create an alert window in the goToCars function. To test our code, we click the I button, which is the preview. There we click on our newly created button and see the alert window appears. We want to make the select element, which is the drop-down, accessible in the JavaScript code. So we set the element parameter to mySelect. Then this HTML element is accessible through this .mySelect in the JavaScript code. With this .mySelect.value, we can now access the value of the drop-down. We will append this to our alert message. And we click again on the I button to preview our website. We see that the alert message has changed and contains the selected value. It is possible to use JavaScript values in the HTML code. We want to display the selected car brand. To update this value, set this .brand to the value and call the update function. To do this on one line, you could just call this .set attribute and the value in HTML is updated. We now want to test our change again, to see if our button is working and the value is updated when the button is clicked. Please register now on Metayota.com to get your free 1 GB web space including PHP support and tons of great features to create your website or web app. More video tutorials are available on YouTube. Read more about our features in the documentation. Thank you for watching this video.